Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to the weekend preview. Now, off the top, a massive apology. I completely missed that there was a midweek rounds of games this week until about an hour before kickoff of the first game, at which point it was just too late to record and get something up obviously in time. It would have been late anyway. So that's on me. Massive apology, as I say. I'm sorry, that's all I can do. But let's have a quick look here at how everybody did do it, because this is for the Predictor League and the Patreon Fantasy Football. This week, for the midweek games, the new arrival, Klosaf, Golden Cup winner. Congratulations, mate. Well done to you. It wasn't a great week for predictions. And if we just scroll down, we'll see that, it wasn't a great week, because I was halfway up with 2.5 points. So, yeah, it was one of those. I don't think. Well, obviously nobody did well. Now, to give people their credit for the last weekend, which I missed, if we just quickly go back here, we'll see that the Golden Cup winner was Urosh. So congratulations to you, mate. Again, apologies I didn't give you proper credit for that. But he won the Golden Cup and the wooden spoon. It doesn't matter who got the wooden spoon. It's all for fun anyway, isn't it? So let's not even bother about it. It was me, obviously. All right, this is the league table. We still have Webby's Whites on top. Rujistan is still second. We have Urosh moving up into third. Wolfman making a big move as well. MacVolchi, Craig T have slipped down a little bit. And then we go all the way down to myself there, who is... fighting off relegation, shall we say. But, so there we go. That is the league table. Let's have a quick look and see what we have upcoming this week. Now, there is obviously no Friday games. You can see here. Now, I've got to remember that there is games for Boxing Day. So that's next weekend, isn't it? Round 20. Anyway, I'll deal with that off camera. All right, so who we have first up here? Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. I mean, you just can't see Roy Hodgson getting... calling Liverpool one of Roy Hodgson's former clubs just doesn't sound right, does it? You just can't see that happening. So, or maybe Benteke will have another... Benteke always played well against Liverpool for Villa. So maybe he'll hit the target. I don't know. All right, next up it's Southampton versus... I tell you what, City are... they're obviously not going to get relegated, but they're struggling a little bit, aren't they? They are... And Southampton is good... Could we see a draw in this one? I think given the place I am in the table, I just need to be sensible and just stop trying to pick upsets, don't I? So let's maybe say City edge it, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Southampton got something from that. Everton versus Arsenal. Well, Everton have picked up their form again, haven't they? Arsenal, one for the comments, are Arsenal in a relegation battle? You wouldn't think so, but something's certainly not working there, and that's relegation form, isn't it? Certainly relegation battle form anyway. You can't see Arsenal scoring right now, and you certainly don't see them beating Everton, I don't think. So we'll go 2-0 for Everton. Newcastle versus Fulham. Fulham on the way up. Newcastle, they had a bit of a slip up against Leeds, didn't they? This is probably one of those where both teams would take a point, I think. Fulham have improved a lot, haven't they? I remember seeing them play Villa right at the start of the year, and Villa absolutely... Well, they made us look like Barcelona, to be honest. They were horrible. Although, in recent form, Villa's proved to be a decent side this year. Brighton versus Sheffield United. Are Sheffield United going to win a game this season? Brighton aren't fantastic, but they are a decent side, aren't they? Could Sheffield United get a point from this? They had an okay performance against Manchester United. Let's maybe pick them for a point. Then we've got Tottenham versus Leicester. Now, Spurs were quite good to decent against Liverpool, weren't they? Leicester they're very hot and cold this season, Leicester, aren't they? I'm going to say maybe we go with Spurs at home. Vardy will probably nip in with a goal, won't he? So we'll say 2-1. Manchester United Leeds. I am genuinely looking forward to this game. Do I pick Leeds to win? Let's say... for all the crap Manchester United gets, their form isn't bad, is it? But they don't play... I'm going to say 2-2. Oh, but I'd love to see Leeds win that. West Brom versus Aston Villa. Of course, Big Sam comes in for this one. it's almost certainly going to be 0-0. And so the way that Villa played against Burnley, I think we could still be playing and we wouldn't have scored a goal. We had a million shots right now, but we wouldn't have scored a goal. I mean, Big Sam, it's going to be 0-0, isn't it? There's just no way around that, I don't think. Burnley versus Wolves. I mean, Burnley were lucky against Villa. Wolves had a good win. We'll say 1-0 to Wolves, perhaps. And the final game, Chelsea versus West Ham. An interesting one, this. West Ham, I mean, they remind me a little bit, I've got to say, of David Moyes' Everton side. They're getting results. They're not necessarily playing great football, but they're getting the results. Chelsea on a little bit of a slide. You would think Chelsea would be just a little bit too good for West Ham, and they certainly have a bigger squad, so they'd have more ability to rotate. So I think that's what I'll go with there, 2-1 to Chelsea. So those are my tips. Don't forget to go and do yours if you haven't done so already. And let's have a look at the fantasy football. And well, I didn't change anything because obviously I forgot. By the time I realised there was a midweek round of games, it was already too late. And proving I know absolutely nothing, and it's all luck. I had my best week in ages, and I think I actually had the best week. I mean, maybe I'm assuming a lot of people would have forgot to change theirs as well. Hopefully I wasn't the only one. Well, hopefully I was the only one, but you know what I mean. I'm sure I wasn't the only person to forget. But we've still got the Cobra Chickens leading the way, extending their lead over Volt GFC this week. Webby's Whites is still there. And obviously I've moved up into fourth now, all the way down there we can see to the bottom. And let's have a quick look at the team that I'm sending out this week. And I've only made one or two changes, to be honest. I'm going to put Martinez in goal for Villa against West Brom. That game is going to be 0-0. There's no way around it, so he's going to keep a clean sheet. We're going to move Keane in. I don't see Arsenal scoring. Robertson for Liverpool and Doherty for Spurs. Hopefully, I don't think he played recently, so if he's not playing, we'll have somebody else come in. That's fine. It'll be Tarkowski, won't it? We're going to have Grealish, Klitsch, De Bruyne, and Son as captain, who's doing an absolutely wonderful job captaining the side for me. And then the strikers will continue to be Ollie Watkins, Jamie Vardy, and Patrick Bamford. Hopefully, you'll get a couple against Manchester United there for me. So that is everything. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend of football, unless of course you're a West Brom fan, in which case on this particular week, I hope you lose. But it's almost certainly going to be 0-0, isn't it? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Just before I might try and do a Christmas Day video. We'll see how we're going. But anyway, I'll make sure I get a video. Jesus Christ, I'm going to be busy with these things, aren't I? So we'll see you on a regular intervals throughout the next 2 weeks. Take care.